Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to while away the hours, conferring with the flowers and consulting with the rain in Sheltered. And you're probably saying, Pete, it's not raining at the moment, but yeah, very funny, very clever. It's also the wasteland, so, you know, it's a post-apocalyptic blasted landscape. There's no flowers either. I was just trying to drop a little Wizard of Oz reference. And if you're not careful, I may just sing the entire score to the Wizard of Oz while I'm at it, because there's sure as hell not a whole lot better to do at the moment. Maybe it's my lack of brain holding me back, because I know you're saying, oh yeah, Pete, you're, it's appropriate that you would identify with the Scarecrow. He's definitely the brainless one. Fits right in with your paradigm. Yeah, sure. One, thanks for making me feel bad, and two, mostly because you're not wrong. But I can't think of anything else that the Cleaver family really needs to be doing right now. We've got folks out wandering the wastelands, just acquiring goods, services, and corpses, and the necessities of life pretty much at will. Beaver and Wally are out here gonna go loot this medium office complex. We've got a pretty swank shelter, a massive stockpile of food and fuel, and a pretty healthy supply of guns and ammo, as well as all the steamy, soapy June Cleaver shower action a man could really ever ask for. In short, for the apocalypse, things are looking pretty good. I mean, we've got a little slice of heaven going here in this apocalypse. It's basically a microcosm of the town of Mayfield, except without that asshat Eddie Haskell constantly turning up to make fun of the beaver and try to look down June's dress. That's my job, by the way, Eddie Haskell, which is why you won't be doing it. Also, I kind of like to think that when the apocalypse hit, Eddie Haskell was Wally's first victim. I really like to think he's just like, well, there's nothing holding me back now. The laws of man have been cast aside, and it's time for us to forge a new paradigm. And in his paradigm, Eddie Haskell, your head is going to meet my axe in very short order. At least that's how it went down in my imagination. But I'm still, Eddie Haskell's being Wally's first official victim or not, I'm kind of at a loss for what to do. We're just sort of idling around killing time. I understand there are quests in the game. We tried to do one and failed because, again, if I only had a brain, I probably wouldn't have failed it, but I don't, and we did. The only other thing we can try and do is maybe find another quest, which I've had people work on the radio non-stop for days and days. We haven't found anything. And other than that, it's just try and fix up the Winnebago to see what that does for us, but the number of car parts we're finding are pretty dramatically disappointing here. I guess, let's go do some general repairs. Chuck, Helen, you're on the radio. Good guy, Francis, grab a suit. Joyce, I'm just going to have you go around and just fix whatever needs fixing. Or, you know what? Here, clean the shelter. That's an idea. That's something to do. And then we can have Charles just run around and repair, like, literally every object in the entire bunker. Francis, go fix that. And go fix that. We'll get the radio here. You found a mountain pass with some good loot. Sure, why not, Laura? What's on the intercom? Here's George. Happen to need anything? I found a bunch of stuff that I have no use for. Got any car parts, George? Car parts are really pretty much all I'm looking for at this juncture. Well, I'm going to take your bullets. Holy crap, are bullets expensive? I also want your wood. Your buckets you can keep. I will take your fuses and your wires. That needs a total of 104 in trade. Well, you've come to the right place, son, because I have a monstrously huge stack of books here that I have literally no use for. That gets us 100, so most of the way there. And I guess I'll just throw in a couple jugs of water. We'll call it a day. Here we go. Someone's at the intercom. We made a sweet-ass trade with George. We maybe need to get somebody other than Helen on the intercom. Helen is not finding anything. Oh, Wally and the Beaver are going to go poke around an old prison. Well, there's no way this could end in tragedy. A lot of guns and ammo at this prison. What? I mean, I suppose it makes some small bit of sense for there to be ammunition and weapons at a prison. I mean, you got violent prisoners. Occasionally, you're going to have to shoot a couple of them to keep them inside. It seems like they've got a lot of weapons and ammo, though. I will take this rifle. Are we carrying metal? We're not. I wouldn't mind grabbing that fuse as well, but what would I give up for it? I mean, you know what? Let's just pitch that water in the ground. I'd rather have a fuse than water. We also need to look into some potential... Joyce, what are you doing just standing around? Fix that bed. Okay, that doesn't need fixed. Here, the shower is actually cool. Toilet is cool. Man, everything is repaired. Here, go water the plant. There's an idea. The soil is dry. You water the plant. A large scrapyard. All right, this is your moment, Beeve. Find me some car parts, dog. That's what I need. Chunks of this vehicle. You're in a scrapyard. It's like the perfect habitat. Approach strangers. Well, of course. But you're in a scrapyard, man. It's the ideal habitat for chunks of old vehicles. Well, this guy looks crazy as shit. You know what, Henry? You look a little bit like Clint Howard. Are you going to invite me aboard your shit and we will rejoice and drink Tranya? Ah, Clint Howard, you've had a long and storied career, buddy. Well, I guess we'll bully Clint Howard because it seems like he's the kind of kid who got that a lot growing up. He was the little bald Tranya boy, after all. I'm going to have to hurt you, but only if you make it happen. No one has ever surrendered to our bullying. I'm kind of beginning to wonder what the purpose of bullying is. I mean, we should just straight up chop Clint Howard's head off with a hatchet, which is exactly how that worked out, by the way. Clint Howard rolled up, and his big bald dome made an attractive target, and Laura just planted an axe in it. Just little strength, little dex. Considerable amount of trauma. Ward Cleaver just looked on in awe. He's like, good lord, woman. You know how to kill. I like that, baby. Let's make it a love. Ward's turned on by destruction. Joyce, where do you think you're going? Here, Helen, you know what? Get off of the radio. You have some needs. Just here, stop this. You're going to starve to death or something. And also, you're not doing a single lick of good. Mountain Pass has some stuff that might be useful. What do you think? Well, I think you should check it out at a minimum. Charles, are you done with everything? What do your needs look like? You need to sleep. Well, here, take a little siesta, buddy. Somebody at the large scrapyard. Yes! Stop and talk to the scrap master. This is the boy that can help you. For once, Wally, don't just immediately plant an axe in a man's face. Ask him some questions, like where is the alternator? Do you have a clutch cable? Things of this nature. Good to see somebody else out there. Damn, Skippy. Let's let the Beeve do the talking for... Actually, Beeve's charisma is real shitty. Wally's is better. Let's let Wally do the talking. He's the charismatic murderer. Let's just... yeah, Wally can't help himself. Sorry about it, but I can't risk letting you leave here. Oh, so we're just going to straight... So bully basically just means murder then. Alright. Well, I mean, it's Wally's bread and butter. When it comes to the murder, nobody does it like Wally Cleaver. We got a can of gasoline and an old battery. Are you happy with yourself, Wally? This is what you murdered a man for. You murdered a man for stuff you're literally not even going to carry away from the fight because it's not worth picking up. It's just, you killed him for no reason whatsoever. Just none, Wally. Oh, you're a brutal scumbag. Really, really are. I'm not going to take any of this. Some more strength and dex for Wally, though. I guess planting that axe in a man's head. And look how little trauma Wally gets for murder at this point. At this point, he's so jaded. He's so hardened to the world at large. Nothing really affects him. He's given new meaning to the word monster. He really is. All right, so let's take everything we can take, which is everything, because we have massive amounts of storage space. And, all right, let's just let June and Laura tend to their needs as they see fit. Are either of you exceptionally dirty? Yeah, so don't here. Go take a shower, June. I don't want you trying to eat until after you've had a shower. We've learned our lesson about food poisoning the hard way. Oh my god, we found a car part. With 2 car parts, alternator, clutch cable, a starter motor. I thought, Wally and the Beeve, you are the world's greatest scavengers. I think you may have just found everything we need in order to fix the vehicle. Those might be the last of the parts. Okay, we got to do some very serious inventory weeding here. Metal ore, see you later. What else do we want to get? The bullets I'd like to hang on to. What else can we get rid of here? An old light bulb. Oh, cans of paint. You know, I'm going to keep the paint. One, because there's more paint here, and June can finish her Caribbean lime color scheme that she's got working in the bunker. Old teddy bear, you're gone. Light bulb, you're gone. Alternator, yes. Clutch cable, yes. Starter motor, hell yes. What else we got going here? Is there anything else we can pick up? We can take this can of food, probably a bowl of chunky soup. It seems like the kind of good, hearty, sticks to your ribs kind of soup they'd keep in a scrapyard. This fuse? Yes. Plastic? Yes. We don't need 2 alternators. No vehicle requires 2 alternators. An old baseball bat, we don't need. A nail. Take that switch. Grab that board. Take that switch. Grab that board. You soon will run out of the... Shit, I couldn't think of a rhyme. It reminds me of an old, I think it's a Dubliner song about working on a train yard. Dodging switches, throwing switches, dodging bitches, something britches. Dubliners, check them out. Good band. Working on the railway. The railway. Is there any of the rest of this stuff that we need or want? Kind of not. Also, I got like the Dubliners going through my head now. I get them really stuck. Good in there, good and tight. Wally, Beav, I'm considering having you guys just come back home. We've got the camper parts that we're so desperately needing, but I hate to cut your little adventure short. I mean, you've only murdered 2 people. We stumbled across some wildlife and it works hungry. Do you want us to handle it? Of course, Laura, you can handle anything. The last time you found a bear, you just chopped its head off. This is just a wolf. This is dead as shit. A ravenous wolf, no match for Laura and her axe. There you go. Ravenous wildlife. It's gone from being hungry to satiating hunger because we're just going to take its meat and leather. Done. Ah, Wolfie, don't fear bad for losing. Laura was chopping wolves back when you were at your mother's teat. Ward Cleaver, once again, just going to stand there in awe. Hey, Francis, I know you're a good guy, Francis, and all, but you can take off that radiation suit, bro. You don't have to wear it around on the inside. It's got to be uncomfortable. A small scrapyard that might have some good loot. Well, the large scrapyard certainly did. Small scrapyard, I mean, couldn't hurt to check it out. Joyce, how's the plant look? The soil is moist, okay? You're coming down here anyway. Only 5 minutes left on our recycling plant, which is good, because we've been recycling for the last 240,000 years. We're gonna have Charles go broadcast for traders. Something at this small scrapyard. Am I interested? Of course I'm interested. Tires. I think we have all the tires that we need. There's another alternator, too. We've been looking for an alternator for like 75 days, and suddenly it's just raining alternators out of the sky. Yeah, okay, fine. You want to be that way, sheltered? No, that's fine. I know we have 4 tires. What are the odds that we would need a spare tire? You know what? I think good enough that we get rid of a valve. Plus, I like the idea of watching Wally and the Beeve roll a tire around the apocalypse. It'll be like an old, they're just rolling a tire around with a stick and come across 2 people like, oh, look how quaint, 2 children rolling a tire along with the stick. And then Wally just pulls out his hatchet, licks the blood off the blade and starts chasing him. That'd be fantastic. It's a visual that pleases me on a fundamental level. Good guy Francis? Oh, he's taking a dump. All right, well, good guy Francis, you take a dump, even though Francis, I'm pretty sure, is a chick. I call him good guy Francis. You could be a good guy and be a dame. There's nothing wrong with that. Good dame Francis just doesn't have the quite ring to it. This man, okay. Hello, Christopher. This man is some kind of strange, betribald man. Why are you wearing face paint and wielding a board? I can confirm. Let's probe a little and find out. I'm gonna kill you, eat your skin, eyes, organs, then I'm gonna make tools out of your bone, fine tools that will serve me in the years to come. You have chosen poorly, sir. You have definitely ambushed the wrong team. You're never even getting, this is the last mistake you will ever make. Nobody fucks with Wally Cleaver. The only persons whose skin and organs are gonna be eaten there, champ, are yours. And Wally, he's less inclined to eat your organs as he is to take them as a trophy, I think. He's probably not gonna eat. Look, he got no trauma for that at all. He's like, whatever. One more notch in a belt. Nobody messes with Wally Cleaver, you hear? Nobody. Large hardware store. Sure, might as well check it out. We do have our backup deer out here just waiting for us to butcher him. We're letting him starve a little bit so his skin gets loose, so he's easier to sort of, well, skin. Abandoned mine shaft. It's gonna have some good loot. Really? Do you honestly think there's gonna be a lot of great loot at the bottom of an abandoned mine shaft? Because it seems like the opposite of the kind of place that would have good loot. Donna, I don't know what you're doing, but if it's not taking a shower, okay, it is taking a shower. All right then. June Cleaver is sleepy and hungry, but I believe she is resting. That's fine. What'd you find, Wally? Anything good? Not really. Tempted. I should have, maybe we should have just recalled Wally and the Beef, but we already spent the water to send them out. It seems foolish to just immediately call them back. And, we do need a lot of pipe anyhow, so I suppose there are some tangible benefits to continuing this farcical journey of theirs. Any of the rest of this stuff? Like, can I carry? I can carry the wood. Don't really need the mannequin arms, the valve, the lenses, the rope. Hinges are somewhat difficult to come by. I wouldn't mind picking those up. Yeah, you know what? Get rid of those and grab the hinges. The saw, all of these. We're finding a lot of tools that I don't really need. We've had all of the tools forever. All of the tools forever. Isn't that your motto, Perfidious Pete? All of the tools forever? Very clever. You're really on... Man, what's up with you busting my balls tonight, Internet? You guys are really up in my grill. Mine has some stuff that might be useful. Like, you know, metals and other valuable ores. It's a mine. Of course it has useful stuff in it. That's why it exists. Rocks, metal ore. I don't really care about any of the rest of this. But we have room, so, I mean, sure. Might as well take this rope, too. You can never have too much rope. I'm so disinterested in the limestone, the rock, and the bucket that I'm just going to leave them. Joyce, what are you doing? Come over here to the crafting table for a minute. We need to take a look at some potential upgrades. There are still a few things I wouldn't mind building. I am a little worried about a potential, like, invasion. I know that's a mechanic that's in the game, and I really wouldn't mind being able to thwart an invasion. I'm thinking... a rifle sentry trap. Does not to be manual armed during raids and 75% accurate. Requires rifle ammo and storage to fire. Also requires power. I mean, we've got all of those things. I wouldn't mind building a water condenser either, but again, it's something that we need like a whole bunch of pipe to build. Laboratory lets us craft medicine. Meh. Ammunition press makes ammunition. Meh. We haven't ever needed a gun. Why would I would like to build the efficient shower though. The efficient toilet, I wouldn't mind. We don't have an efficient toilet or an efficient shower. We should build both of those things. The efficient toilet takes a minimum of pipe, too. I think let's build them. Come over here and build a motion detector, girl. I want to build this rifle sentry trap. That way, if somebody does decide they want to come mess with my shelter, and at this point, who wouldn't? We've got everything. The food, the fuel. You know, John Voight was looking for the fuel, and that was the whole purpose of the movie Anaconda. You gotta get the fuel. We heard that you had the fuel. He sort of had his voice as kind of like a drunken version of the Frito Bandito. But it was all about the fuel, and we've got the fuel. I don't want John Voight showing up to try and take my shit, coming in and be like scratching at his scurvy neck beard that he had going in that film, telling us about how the anaconda, she squeeze you like a lover until your head explode. Good to see someone else out here, because I really was itching to murder again. It's been literally seconds. What's up, Raymond? Am I meant to be scared of a little guy like you? You know, we did just completely eradicate and peel the skin off of a flesh-eating cannibal. Do you really think you're anything we're afraid of, Raymond? Ooh, look at this, Raymond showing some styling. Eve, you're not strong enough to wield a hatchet. Why do you even have one? I mean, you're doing... Oh, you did 3 damage with that counter-strike, huh? 3? You did disarm Wally Cleaver and cause him... You made Wally Cleaver bleed. You are so fucking over. You have no idea how ruined you are, Wally. Raymond? Yeah. You made Wally Cleaver bleed. That's the last mistake you're ever gonna make, my friend. Because now, Wally, he's not just gonna be satisfied with killing you. He's gonna hunt down your family, everyone you've ever known and loved. He's gonna flay them all alive now. He's gonna flay them alive and then set them on fire. Because the flaying is not gonna be... It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough to get him revenge. See, Wally's getting or Beeve here's getting a lot of trauma. Wally doesn't care about his victims, but the Beeve, you know, that's only like his 4th or 5th murder. Usually he relies on his big brother to do the heavy lifting, and when he has to do it himself, he gets a little distraught. Found some junk at this medium house. It is, in fact, junk, except for the pipe, which I'm glad to have. Give me no food. You guys can't carry fuel. Your inventory is full. Oh, you've got all my car parts. That's right. You could probably pick up a couple nails. Anything else we want? Can we carry these? Oh, radio stack. Well, we'll grab those then. I think we have a teddy bear. No, we don't. Yeah, it's fine. We're good. We've got enough loot. Everybody's just standing around. See? Everybody's standing around watching people shower. This is the main sort of pastime here in the apocalypse. Be like, what do you guys do when you're bored? You know, watch each other shower. We can't really, you know, have overt sex because the sort of infrastructure doesn't really support it that well. A lot of, well, I mean, so we just watch each other shower. It'd be like, well, you know, you could just go full voyeur mode and watch each other have sex, too. It'd be like a little homemade sort of porn action, but that just seems creepy. Really? That seems creepier than just watching June Cleaver shower? I'm not convinced. Sure, approach the stranger, Laura. Good guy Francis is working the punching bag. We found a strange woman living in a cave. It's the Apocalypse Martha Stewart! Better caves and cartons. She's come up with a brand new show. She just needs, you know, a camera crew, an audience, and someone to be enamored of the surprisingly innovative and low-cost home improvement solutions that she's come up for making this radioactive cave livable. We can't kill Martha Stewart. Honestly, we should try and recruit Martha Stewart. But I'm not. I'm going to bully her anyway. I bully everybody. I think this is one of the reasons maybe why our shelter has not been attacked. Because everybody we find, we just murder. There's no one ever alive to tell anybody where our shelter is. There's nobody to rat us out. Everybody within a, 500-mile radius of our shelter has been pretty much eradicated. They're all murdered already. Be like, we could come and raid your shelter. No, you can't come and raid my shelter because you're already dead. We do have a little bit of a trauma problem going with Laura. We'll probably have her slower roll a bit on the whole murder thing. Found something interesting at this cave. Well, you found a bunch of plants in that cave, which honestly not really that interesting because I don't even think we have anybody smart enough to use a laboratory. Joyce, are you just standing around again? Yes, you are. Can you come craft the sentry gun? No, what are we missing? Pipes. That thing needs 15 pipes, huh? That's a lot of pipe. Workbench level 4. Wait, what is this? Oh, a large pantry. We don't need a large pantry. Is there anything else on this tier that we want? Not really. What's the solar panel take? Plastic, wiring, batteries, and circuit boards. All things of which we have an absolute abundance. You know what? Well, here. Hold on. First, we got to do this. First, grab a radiation suit. Then, go craft us another solar panel. I like the idea of keeping the base well powered. That's going to keep Joyce busy for a while. June, water the plant. Might as well take this. What do we got? A little bit of food. We're not carrying fuel. I will take your pipe, though. Laptop if we can. Nope, we're full. Alright, that's fine. But more importantly, I want somebody to check Francis increase their dexterity. Oh, good. You know what else, Francis? Training. June is making dinner. Large house with good loot. Hey, Helen, why don't you come down here and grab the... Don't deconstruct the recycler. Good God! Okay, this... At the start of this episode, we looked at the recycler and it said there was like 4.5 minutes left. I actually have a clock timing the recording of this episode, and it's been about 20 minutes, and that thing still says we have about 90 seconds to go. So, either the shelter is very, very close to a gravitational density or some kind of gravitational anomaly like a black hole, or one of our clocks is way the fuck off. And you know what, Sheltered? I'm going to say that it's yours. Yours way the fuck off. The cat's always hungry. Why are you even surprised at this, Donna? When is that cat not starving? That cat has probably eaten more food than anybody else in a shelter. Large house, looks like they want to talk. Well, what you should do is go and murder them. I'm not even going to pretend like you're not going to do it, Wally. We and the Beeve... Oh, well, good. You don't even have to feel guilty about this. When Douglas the Cannibal is here, he's going to, let's probe a little and find out. Do I have any handcrafted items? What? Oh, this is just a trade menu. Here, trade me here. Here, give me your gas mask and I'll give you mine. Your wares are poor in quality and will be better used as fire fuel. Alright, well, still some charisma for Wally. I mean, he made an effort. You know, the last guy we met that looked like you tried to eat our skin, or at least threatened to eat our skin, and was himself chopped into haggis and made into a necklace of bones for Wally. I'm gonna take your coffee, your food if I could carry it, but I can't. Your hinge if I can carry it, your wood. Teddy bear? No. Record? No. Book? We do have a stack of books, alright. We did trade away a whole bunch of books to the last trader that came to call. Not necessarily a bad idea to restock, and I think that's where we're going to wrap things up. I guess next episode we'll see the exciting fulfillment of our camper dreams. We can finally live out our Walter White fantasies. Although I gotta say, it seems like any kind of fantasy with Walter White. If you have a Walter White fantasy, It's a grim fantasy. It's like a dark fantasy, because we all know how the Walter White story ended, and it did not end well for Walter White. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean a lot. And if you'd like to find out what mysterious stranger is signaling Ward Cleaver from this cave, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Sheltered every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. And I guess well, you know what? We'll solve the mysterious stranger thing right now. Let's just have Ward go get involved. What's in the cave? Just a man in a tie. Who's that? What's that? Are you blind, Patrick? It is I, Laura. I have come to murder you. That would be me, Ward Cleaver. Only fighters and dead left now, so you knew where this was going. You look pretty good for someone who's dead. Let's fight. Screw you, we'll need to catch me first. Clearly, Patrick is the one person who has finally heard of our reputation and showed even a modicum of good sense by running this shit away. I'm enthused by this. I'm also wrapping it up. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.